Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol SNDL, Sundial Gores Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol that you won't want to miss if you're a first time viewer or a subscriber that may have overlooked this one, because we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We're going to touch base on where we left off on the chart, where it's at now, and the potential moving forward. And if you're one of the subscribers or viewers that actually added this one to your watch list, I look forward to seeing your thoughts on this one, how you feel about the chart's movement, and how do you feel about it moving forward, or what due diligence or research did you find that you would like to reiterate or piggyback off of what I state. So thank you guys for those of you that are going to take the time to do that, because that helps not only yourself. I understand more information if you find something I may have overlooked, but it also helps investors understand more information on that stock. So here we are with SNDL. We're going to talk more about that stock towards the end of this video. So this has gone in a downward movement now. We don't really notice it that much because it kind of pulled down, it pulled up, and now it pulled down to a newer low, and it's still a little bit higher than these lows down here, right? And down here. But we want to watch this carefully. Now, I'm hoping that this is turning into a consolidation rather than a subtle pullback, because when you zoom in, you could see that here. You could see the subtle pullback right here. This is the peak, and this is the bottom down here, like around this area, right? Not just our support, but around this area. Now, if it continues to bring itself up and hit a newer low, we'll see that that's the peak. And then it's going in a subtle fashion in the downward trend. But as of right now, this is looking like an opportunity of consolidation, but we are in tug of war zone. And I appreciate every single investor's opinion or approach or perspective on this one yesterday. I was really thankful for all of that. Everything you guys were sharing, I really appreciate it. And especially your guys' price targets and how you feel about this one moving forward. Because yesterday I mentioned some information about how I've been bearish sometimes about this one, and it's just my unbiased opinion on the stock. I'm not invested in SNDL at all. For most of the videos I have not been, and I've only done this for the viewers and for every single subscriber and investor looking for information on this. Okay guys, I want you guys to know that from my end, and I've stated it in previous videos. So there were moments that I felt bearish based off of my analysis and what I'm seeing, and it has pulled back, and other times it pulled back slightly and all of a sudden it took off. So for those of you that are true bulls, I really appreciate your guys' insight, how you guys feel about the stock and everything moving forward about this company, on what's made you a bull about it, and also what you saw that I overlooked. You know, that's what's cool about looking at these charts together, hearing me out. But I want you guys to always know it's not just my voice. You guys have a voice as well, and you guys can always express yourselves in the comment section down below. And it's not only that you get to express yourself, but you're sharing information that investors can go ahead and compare. Okay, you know, this investor or viewer feels this way and sees this, and in the video Invest for Tomorrow talks about this, and you can go ahead and compare perspectives and also understand from your own rational decisions what you want to grasp from each information. But I've always said this is a very risky one. As long as it was below $1, we're now seeing it hold above $1, and that's the true goal here, for this to stay above $1. So thank you guys for always commenting and sharing your knowledge as well. It's not just me here talking in the videos. So 118. The 50-day moving average, 119. Tug of war zone. We're really close here. As long as we're below it, bearish. If we're above it, bullish. Okay? Now, our support was touched twice within an hour. It's 110. If 110 gets broken through, now we're getting deeper into bearish territory. We're pulling further away from the 50-day moving average, and we definitely want to watch this carefully. You want to watch the behavior of the stock. If it breaks through 110, and your next support level is down here at 103, to see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. So 110 is a point of reference that I highly want to emphasize, paying close attention to the behavior, and between 110 and 103, to go ahead and see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears significantly gaining leverage here and pulling this down to newer lows and new support levels. So very important to watch moving forward. So our resistance level, this is the first and most important resistance level and the peak, right, before this fall here. This is where the bulls tried to stay above the 50-day moving average, and then they got pulled down. And yes, there's a resistance here that's 1 cent, or about maybe to the hundreds or thousands place of a difference from the 50-day moving average, and that's why I'm not using it. But this one is very important because it's the highest point after this slight recovery and where the bulls tried to stay in bullish territory, and that's 123. This needs to be turned into a support. The bulls need to break away from it to break away from the 50-day moving average and get deeper into bullish territory to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As we are right now in bearish territory in tug-of-war zone, this resistance level is significant for the bulls. They need to break through this, and I want to emphasize that. They need to break through 103 and turn it into a support to work their way up to newer highs. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss. And if you've already seen it, we're going to go ahead and touch base on everything about that ticker symbol that we talked about 2 weeks ago. And I look forward to seeing your guys' feedback and if you remember this one from 2 weeks ago. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is one that we touched base on previously a couple weeks ago. We're going to look at its chart and how it's been reacting, and also reiterate some information because there's been a lot of new subscribers that have probably missed this, and also viewers and subscribers that may have overlooked it, just trying to get all the information on obviously the charts that they were looking for, and they didn't have time to stay towards the end. I highly suggest, if you're coming across this part of the video today and it's your first time, or you do it sometimes but not frequently enough, because I do it every single day, I suggest staying till the end because there's a lot of information you won't want to miss. Now, yesterday's was a little bit longer than usual. I was trying to talk about different advice and different things on how I use charts and different parts of a stock to make a decision on why it might be something you want to add to your watch list. But the ticker symbol we're about to talk about is CLNE, Clean Energy Fuels Corporation. Now, this stock has so much room moving forward. We've talked about it. I mean, it's been growing. We've talked about the healthy consolidation. That's what each of these circles are. Obviously, the volatility of the market will always exist, but it's had its periods of consolidating and going to newer highs. And now we saw it kind of dip, right? After hitting a new high, we talked about it right here. I had circled here and I said, okay, we want to watch this if it's going to pull down, any lower, closer to $8, maybe $7, and then pull right back up. Well, that wasn't the case. It ran up right after, hit new highs, pulled back down, right, to around $10, and now we just ran back up again. So this is actually having trouble staying above $12 and staying around the $11 range, and then it falls back to 10 because we could see how it's been there since the beginning of January almost, right? And towards the end, starting February, it was back around the $10 mark. So it's been hanging around 10 and some change to 11 and some change. Now, it's back up, it hit new highs, and we want to see this consolidate up here so that this can start to have some effect of staying and holding itself up above $12, and then it can break out to newer highs and new resistance levels for the next catalyst or good news. But when we look at this chart overall, right, all it's been doing is going up, and I've talked about the potential this has moving forward throughout the year. Now, this is in the Clean Energy Fuels Corporation sector, right? I mean, the name literally says it all. A lot of people focus on fuel cell. A lot of people focus on Blink, right? A lot of people focus on Plug Power and SEB, right? All these different ones that are, making these runs. But sometimes we're overlooking others that are running as well, where there's so much more room, right, beyond this upward trend for a stock that's such a small market cap, right? Only 2 billion, and it's already at $12 and some change. And as this company continues to grow, the stock will continue to grow, as well as their profit margins, right? They finally became profitable in 2019, and for 2020, they've had some struggling, okay? I'm not going to lie, but there is potential going into 2021 to receive some funding and so forth. And also, as this becomes more of a norm and their innovation starts to be used as a regular type of system and way of using energy overall. So CLNE, you definitely want to have on your watch list. There's so much potential moving forward. Obviously, the volatility of the market will always exist, but when you look at this chart, it just keeps on pushing up to newer levels, and I can only imagine this continuing into the year and probably even the next coming years. So do your due diligence, do your research. I just wanted to touch base on this again. I look forward to seeing anyone's comments that has already watched the previous videos, and did you take a position? Did you do some research, and what did you find? And what's your understanding from what you found? So I look forward to hearing that from you guys. And for any first-time viewers and investors, how do you feel about this chart and this company overall? Thank you guys always for watching. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any position on any stocks that we talk about here. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on information and opportunities that the market is showing. And you guys have to do your own due diligence and research to make your own rational decisions as investors. So thank you once again, and let's make some money.